He will. He's good to go. We'll go 6, which will pull Brian Johnson out tonight.
Noticed last game you went with Samuelsson with power. We noticed this morning that Yoki Harju was with Dahlin. Is that a formation you're looking to start with tonight?
We have been talking about that quite a bit, and we liked the way it looked the other night, definitely. So we're inclined to do that, but knowing that obviously Sammy and Dahls are fine together as well. But we did like what we saw the other night with Samuelsson and Owen together.
What is it like about having those guys together? You know, does it provide a different look?
Well, I don't know, a different look. I guess Dahlin and Owen Power are a little bit different in style. So it was a different look, I guess, but they competed at a very high level. They engaged very quick and decisive, and that was a big difference the other night for us down the stretch. You know, preserving a lead and having to battle. I don't think we gave up a whole lot in the third period, and we really leaned on those guys, those two specifically. And I thought Jokiharju rose. They all rose the other night. Elevated their game, and that was nice. But Sammy's a guy that he fits with anybody and everybody, and I think Owen, there's more to Owen's game, and the other night Sammy seemed to bring out that more, and that's a good thing.
It'd be encouraging to see UPL out there. Is the goal to have him available for when you go on the road trip next week?
Yeah, we expect that fully, that he'll be on the road with us next week. And this is, this ailment that he's had is depleted the energy reserve, so he's building himself back up, and he looked good today. I haven't spoken after, but that was another good morning for him.
The first goal the other night in Boston, face-off play, those are ones that are challenging. What have you thought about just the way that the group, any line, really, just speaking generally about face-off plays, whether it be D-zone or offensive zone, and just executing those?
I mean, that's a wide open question there.
That just seemed like an example that you could use for the rest of the group.
On that play, you had a opposite side center, so you had a right shot center taking a draw on the left side. So you can win the draw. If you win it, you can win it to the inside, which would be a shooter. And JJ was set up on his offside and could one-time it or grab it and snap it quick. Yeah, that's. I think when you watch that, you see, and you see how quick JJ released it. You certainly ask yourself, is that something we can replicate more? Can we do more on the other side with Tage? Obviously, different face-off scenarios and different situations in the game. We've attempted that as well, but the other night, because he won that pretty clean, Benson did a nice job. Creating a long route to basically not pick, which you can't, but almost box a guy out for a moment for JJ, and a screen too. So it all came together. But yeah, we talk about face-off plays a lot. We have several. We just had a meeting on a couple of different ones this morning too. Don't tell anybody, but we did.
I was just curious because you guys, there were about, I think, 3 games in a row where you guys got scored on with those. When it comes to defending them, how do you want your group to approach those if you do lose the draw?
Exactly. There's so many, Lance, that one of them, I think the Forsberg one in Nashville, we actually won the draw back. It went off our foot back to Forsberg, and so coverage is botched immediately. When you do look back at these, the guys on all teams kind of know coverages. So now you review the film, and a lot of times it's a botch. Like, it was going that way, it went off this guy's foot the other way, and by the time you recover, you got a guy that already snapped it. And so you do see a lot of that when you see the goals. You go back to the breakdowns. It's coverage was good if the play was actual. The way it was pre-scouted, but it hit something and went the other direction fast. You do see a lot of that on some of these goals, but without a specific video, I couldn't tell you what mistakes are made specifically.
There's been a lot of opportunity in the lineup because of injuries. What do you think of the way Victor Olofsson's kind of continued to take advantage throughout the last couple months here?
What I like about Victor is his 5-on-5 game and his defensive play. And the better you are on defense, the faster you get the puck and the longer you can play on offense, or the more you play on offense. The 2-on-1 goal, the goal he scored the other night, he defended well to the point. He collapsed back to the front of the net. He won a battle to the corner, and he accelerated out of the zone. It was all 3 or 4 defending plays, which, when you do them decisively and quick, the other team was so compromised thinking they were on offense, we had a 2-on-1. So because you defended quick and decisively, you benefited that the other team thought they were on offense because you did that so fast. So it's an odd man rush the other way. So that is a synopsis there, or a scenario there, that he's much improved and targeting those situations where if I defend quick and hard, decisively, it's to an advantage offensively. And I don't think he was seeing things quite that way, and that's been a big advantage add to his game.
He seems like he's been pretty helpful for Roseanne. Like, how nice is it to have an older guy like that that's from the same country to kind of ease the transition for him?
Yeah, I would think he's a role model for Roseanne, just as a character as a person, and obviously as a player as well. And I think it's nice for both of them. I think it's nice for Victor. I think it's when you can help guys along, you realize how far you've come in your career too, and you're thinking about details that a little bit more conscious about details as you're trying to help the next guy. It might refresh you a little bit too, and but they've been, and I've relied on Victor for that. Obviously, it's been an intense stretch for us, integrating Ryan Johnson, Benson as a young guy. There's a lot of communication that needs to take place every day with every occurrence on that ice, and Victor's helped in that.
I know both are on IR, but is there any update on the progress of Alex, Tuck, or Zemgus? And Greenway is out. So progress on Greenway and Tuck. Zemgus is flatlined a little bit. That doesn't, he was, I forget he was probably a week or so away. It might be a little more than that now. But Tuck and Greenway have a chance to play on our trip, is the way it looks. Later in the trip is what we're shooting for.